Hello and welcome to adventure number 3. We've got 3 unique stops today. The first one is just off the old Highway 91 here in southern Utah. It's a cool spot with metal silhouettes of packed mules and riders and a couple of plaques that tell the story of the Old Spanish Trail. So the Old Spanish Trail was a super long trade route back in the early 1800s running from Santa Fe, New Mexico to Los Angeles, California. Traders moved things like wool and other goods using big mule caravans that traveled across some really rough land. Deserts, rivers, mountains, you name it. Old Spanish Trail. Super cool. There's a map of it. Goes from Los Angeles all the way to Santa Fe, New Mexico. We're here. So this is the Old Spanish Trail Monument. Those silhouettes show how long those mule trains really were. They hauled goods over 1,200 miles through crazy terrain. And these plaques here talk about how the trail wasn't just one path. It was basically a mixture of routes. People kind of figured out over time how to get through, and just depending on, what it was they had to get through. Apparently it wasn't easy. They crossed tribal lands. They hit stretches with no water for days, but they kept going. Standing here, it's kind of cool to picture them moving through this very same spot. See the moon. Snow-top mountains. After checking out the Old Spanish Trail silhouettes, we continued south on Old Highway 91 and turned on to a trail called Waterline Road Trail. It's a pretty wide open stretch of trail that climbs off into the distance of the desert. But before going too far, we quickly aired down and then continued on to a trail called the Old Mormon Wagon Trail. So the Old Mormon Wagon Trail has some history behind it. Back in the 1800s, LDS settlers and early pioneers used it to move supplies, herds, and families between settlements in southern Utah and into parts of Nevada. It's kind of hard to imagine traveling through this kind of country with wagons, kids, pets, livestock, and so on, and actually surviving it, but I guess they did on a daily basis. So anyway, the trail runs into Beaver Dam Wash, which is this just wide open wash. It has a few rough spots. The hardest part was just discerning where the actual trail was, but it's definitely a unique area and I recommend checking it out. So anyway, after navigating the wash a bit, we turned onto a trail called Three Corners Trail. This is the one that heads towards our next stop, and this is the point where Utah, Arizona, and Nevada all meet.
No. We need to hang right.
Hang right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because this is like a little side trail thing.
All right. Right it is.
Here's the Utah-Arizona border.
What side are we on?
We are on the Arizona side of the border.
Utah's on the other side?
Yep. Yeah.
trail, right?
Back on the trail.
After our squirrel moment for lunch.
Yes.
Nice.
After our squirrel moment, we're back on the trail. Good lunch, good squirrel moment. Now to the Three Corners.
Here we are, right at that silver point. Nevada, Utah, Arizona. It's cool. Very popular.
Two people, and what do you think, Eric? They're all new people, and one of them could be. Yeah, and that's what I ran into. And you mixed us around. There's the confusion.
There's Utah on this side, and this side's Nevada. Very stark, distinct difference, as you can see.
Yeah.
From the Three Corners Monument, we left Utah, Nevada, and Arizona all at once and headed back into the desert, part 3 of today's adventure. We followed the Three Corners Trail south for about 4 miles, turned east onto Bent Road Trail for another 3, then headed south 1.5 miles before our final turn, east onto the Thelma and Louise Trail. It's tough, rough, and bumpy in spots, but nothing too crazy. But it did lead straight to the edge. They call it the Thelma and Louise spot. It's not the actual cliff from the movie, but standing there you definitely get the idea. The road to it runs right up to the edge of the bluff, and it's not hard to picture that 66 Thunderbird flying off into the canyon. There's a fence lined with bras and whatever else people have left behind, plus a big homemade sign that says it all. Locals show up just to hang out, take pics, or just to say they've been. The movie Thelma and Louise came out in 1991 and turned into a cult classic overnight. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. In the final scene, they drive a 66 Thunderbird off a cliff and into a moment you won't forget. That scene was actually filmed over near Dead Horse Point, but this spot near Littlefield has taken on a life of its own. Basically become a replica and a landmark where the road literally ends. On the way in, the trail winds through some awesome stretches of Joshua trees. These amazing trees only grow in the Mojave Desert, and the landscape they create is super unique. It's quiet, wide open, and unlike anywhere else. I highly recommend it. do you think?
I think there's some pretty amazing bras right here.
Are you gonna leave your bra?
No way. It's Lululemon.
Oh, you don't think these are a fair exchange for a Lululemon?
No way.
Oh.
They're pretty good.
Yeah.
I like them.
I know.
Looks hilarious. Oh, somebody left champagne bottles. That's my kind of person.
Yeah,
right
pretty
there.
classy there.
Yeah. That's my kind of Prosecco, too.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this bear. Oh, leopard bra.
Wow.
And fancy bear. Hilarious. Oh, this is a fairly new one here. I don't even know what to say.
What do you think they're trying to tell you?
I don't know. And the shoes too. Looks funny. There's like different boots.
All these clothes worn by Thelma and Louise before they drove off the cliff?
Yeah. Well, I think they're making a statement. Like, what's this say? Oh, we met this lady, remember?
Oh, her husband?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Funny.
Let's go check out over there.
Cool.
Wow.
Yeah.
Effort into that one.
Yeah. Crazy.
This must be the ledge that they drove off of.
Until next time.
Until next time,
See you out there.
see you out there.